Hi guys and welcome to my channel. This is the Kiehl's Super Multi-Corrective Cream. I use this to moisturize before I put any makeup on. You can use it in the morning or at night, whenever. It's super creamy, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, it's lightweight, and it does double as a primer. These are the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate Drops, and I'm going to put these on top of my foundation sticks to help blend them out. I use the Makeup Forever HD foundation as well as the new Tarte Stick foundation. I'll list the shades below, which ones I mix together. It's going to look very yellow on camera, but I promise you in person, it does look normal. This is my shade, and I do look normal in person, I promise. Of course, Shape Tape concealer. I use light on the inner corner, but it's extremely light, and I don't really like white under eyes right now, so I just use a little bit to color correct, and then I use tan sand just to have some extra coverage underneath my eyes, because as you can see, my eyes, my eyelids and underneath are both very veiny and purple, and the only way to get rid of that is by color correcting or using full coverage concealer, so that's what I do. This Charlotte Tilbury powder is amazing. You can see how oily or glowy I may look, but once you put it on, it completely mattifies the skin, smooths it out, makes it look airbrushed, and you can use this powder over and over and over again. It does not get cakey, it does not build up on top of itself, it just, every time you put it on, it's like you're putting it on for the first time, and it just makes your skin look flawless. I'm using Now I'm using MAC Paint Pot. I'm not sure which one I'm using. I'll put down below which one it is. It's not soft ochre, but I'll list it down below. And I always use these as a primer. It really equalizes the purple on my eyelids and helps cover that up. They're great, long lasting, and I've used them forever. You have to be careful when you're using these though, because if you put too much, it can get a little dry and crusty looking, so you just got to put a very thin layer. And I'm just using a pan light color, not white, but like a beige color base just to put on top of that primer, so when you put your eyeshadow on top, it doesn't stick. I'm going to speed up my brows really quick. If you want a full brow tutorial, let me know. I'm using Anastasia Brow Powder, the Duo in Ash Brown, and their angled brow brush. This is what I always use. If I don't use this, I use their eyebrow pencil, but usually I use the powder. But I change my brow routine all the time, so if you guys want a full tutorial, let me know. I'm also setting with Anastasia Brow Gel because it's like super glue. Okay, now I'm using the Anastasia Master Palette by Mario, and I'm going in with Lula, that very cool toned crease shade. I didn't really know what I was doing at first. I knew I wanted some kind of brown spotlight eye, but I didn't want to do completely warm tone, so I wanted to use this color as my base shadow to give a little bit of cool tone. Next, I'm using Isabel, and I'm putting, you see how orange it made it look, which is fine, but it still has that cool tone base underneath. So you really just want to mix these two together, make sure they're blended seamlessly, make sure there's no harsh lines, just to create like a little sunset of colors. Next, I'm using Violetta, and I'm using this to darken up the inner and outer corners to really create that center spotlight. You really want to use a small brush with this. You don't want to go in with a large fluffy brush because one, the brown will go everywhere and it's going to be very hard to get rid of it. And two, you really want to get in those little corners of your eye just to make sure everything is precise and symmetrical. And you really want to make sure it's blended out. Next, I'm using that shimmery maroon shade to pop in the center of the eye. And now I'm using Mr. Bing Brown Liquid Liner by ColourPop. This is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights, I believe. This liner is super creamy. It goes on like a dream. And I didn't want black liner. I really wanted to do brown today. I feel like I always do black liner, so that's why I did that. I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder under my eyes before I put my under eye shadow on, because Anastasia eyeshadows tend to give you a little bit of fallout, and I really didn't feel like cleaning up my under eyes or starting over. I was in a rush. It was date night, super easy makeup, so I kind of was on a time restraint. But you just put this on your eye, then put the shadows on, and then wipe it away, and you're totally fine. I'm just popping that gold color in the inner corner really quick. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and add the most bomb mascara ever. I used to be obsessed with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I've bought probably 100 tubes of that mascara, but this new Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal is a game changer. I only put one coat on my lashes because, like I said, I was in a rush. But you can just see what just one quick coat does to your lashes. It separates them, it gives them volume, it gives them length, and if you build it up, it makes it even better. You can also see how this eyeshadow look. Okay, I'm using the Christina lashes in number 43. I get these off Amazon. They're like super cheap. I don't remember how cheap they are, but I will list it below. I buy these in like bulk packs of 6. And when I don't want to use like lily lashes or really heavy lashes, I use these because they give volume and length without being too thick. And I really wanted the brown liner to be able to be seen, so that's why I use these. And on my lower lashes, I always use MAC Giggle Black Lashes. It's the only thing that really like latches on to my tiny little lower lashes and really makes them look thick and long. And I believe I use the House of Lash glue. I'll put below what I definitely use, but I usually always use that glue. It dries clear and it lasts forever. I'm using the Tarte lash applicator tweezers. I'm not really sure what they're called, but these things changed the game with lashes for me. Just in being able to squeeze them like that, not having sharp tweezers stab you in the eye, really was great. I'm using the, what are these called? Iconic London Illuminator Drops. I just got these. They are crazy. I'm not really a huge highlight, fanatic like most people are, but I do like a little bit once in a while, and just one tiny drop of these drops, like look at my cheek. It's like crazy how that happened. Now I'm just adding some MAC Give Me Sun bronzer just to bronze up my face. I use this bronzer pretty much every day. I really like that red sunburnt kind of look as opposed to cool tone. I have very olive skin, so I can't really use cool tone bronzers like other people can. So I kind of stick with the red based ones. And I'm just jamming out. Now I'm using actually Sephora's collection Colorful Blush in Hot Flush. It's like a very orange coppery blush. It's beautiful. I'm not sure which lip liner this is, but I'll put it down below. I think it's NYX. I'm just using this just to give a little bit of definition to my lips. I use my finger to blend it in all the time. I never just leave it like that. I blend it just enough so that you can still see it, but not too much. Now I'm using those new Maybelline Liquid Lip, whatever they're called. I'll put down below the shade and the name. But it was a little too nude for me. I'm not really a super nude kind of person, so I added NYX Butter Gloss in Skin Tone on top just to make it a little darker. And to set my face, I'm going to use the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is like the best setting spray out there. You put this on and your makeup will be on for at least 8 hours. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any requests, just leave it down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.